What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turno, with my co-host, Brian Limper. And boy, has it been a crazy week in the world of K-Pop.
It really has. As of right now, we have 2 less K-pop girl groups in the world.
Everything started last Sunday night or morning.
Downhill spiral.
The domino that started everything to fall. R.I.P. Cherry Bullet.
Yep, Cherry Bullet is no longer with us. They have bit the bullet.
They were, they did. They
Too
were
soon?
the glue holding the K-pop world together.
And then things have
Because
spiraled out of
everything's
control.
gone to crap since Cherry
It
Bullet
is.
left. Thanks, FNC.
At least we are still here to bring you all of this breaking news.
We have one less BB girl. How are we supposed to live with that?
Yeah, I know. One less BB girl.
We just learned that.
Nature is no longer a group, which I mean, everybody should have known that already.
Yeah.
There's been signs. It's like those memes. It's like if I ever win the lottery, there'll be signs, but I'm not gonna make it known. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a guy buying like 1,000 pounds of bologna.
Yeah. I know.
It's like they're gonna disband. You're not gonna know, but there will be signs.
There will be signs. Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious because Saebum, like we were talking about earlier, has been like a little like adventures with her boyfriend over the last like year and a half. Zoe is on like some Japanese or Chinese trot song show, right? I think it's a Chinese.
It's got to be done by now, but I don't know what she's the only one staying with the company we just saw. So
yeah, and she's like
to do that,
off to
that
whatever
kind of
she's
stuff.
doing.
Yeah.
Uche literally is a cheerleader now for like the Twins baseball team.
Yeah.
Like she has a whole nother job. Like
yeah, she's just a whole new job.
Yeah, she's like doing something completely different.
So we were not surprised.
Haru literally spoiled everything this morning when she made a video on her like TikTok saying she has a new job as a Japanese hostess and she's a former member of Nature, and then the company messaged her and made her take it down. She's like, the company made me take this down. I apologize for anybody that I hurt. And then they just announced like an hour ago that they're no longer a group and they've disbanded officially.
Really, company? I mean, it was pretty obvious it was going to happen.
We knew it was happening for a while because Limbo was their last song they came out with, and that was a freaking banger. It like took over the music world for a little bit. Then they legit just did not follow it up with anything. And what I say, they came out November 6, 2022. So it's been quite a while.
Cherry Bullet wasn't a huge surprise either.
No, not at all.
It sucks, but at the same time, again, they weren't really doing anything.
Like, I mean, they did make WoW last year, but at the same time, I was kind of shocked that they even made anything.
And then they just had some people do elimination shows, which, like, we needed to quit that. They couldn't do that forever. But, yeah, it was not a huge shock with Cherry Bullet. I mean, we really like Cherry Bullet a lot, so it's a bummer, but at the same time, it's probably for the best.
And a lot of them are off, like, doing acting and stuff.
Like, yeah, I mean, they're, like, not doing anything group-wise, so it's probably time to just move on and...
POW. Sorry, not WoW. POW.
POW. Great
Came
song.
out 2023.
Great song. Really liked it.
It was good. I mean, I don't know. Also, it doesn't help when everyone's always like super sad groups disband, but then you go look at like all their videos and stuff and streams, and like no one supported any of their comebacks. So like, what do you think was gonna happen?
Oh, I know. Yeah, there always is that rush of like support or anger when a group disbands, and you're like, you people don't care about this at all. Like, you're just here for like the hype of the.
We've always said
the hype of the disbandment.
And we always will say, when it comes to disbandments, the only people that are ever surprised by them are casual fans or people who don't actually like them.
Right.
So.
And then they just want to be like mad about it or like get mad at the company or say like wasted potential. You know, it's all the like same stuff everyone always says.
Like my favorite one was CLC. Everyone was like super sad about that. And I'm like, are you guys kidding me right now?
Yeah, like it's just like a writing on the wall thing that if you're paying attention just a little bit, you can kind of see like, okay, it's probably time to move on.
In our multi-year career so far, there's maybe been 1 or 2 groups I was kind of surprised that they like actually disbanded. Like I think one of them was like G-Friend. I didn't think they were going to disband.
Yeah, that was a little strange. Which like obviously there was like inner workings of that, which happened. I guess I don't even know, but
and obviously Priston.
Reasons for that. And yeah, Priston was a weird one. That was like the weirdest one of like this group has popularity and actually does stuff and then they're just like gone. Like, because usually a group isn't just like doing something and then gone.
True.
Like a lot of these groups recently, they kind of don't really do much.
Or it's like they've been on hiatus for a while. They put out like one single and it's just
it's just like you kind of.
It's like if this doesn't do good, then they're not going to be around.
Yeah.
Even if it does do good, they still might not be around.
Right. Yeah, I mean those two were Interesting. I
I
remember.
remember a lot of people were mad when DIA disbanded, and I'm like,
It's time.
okay, are you guys sure about this?
They're like losing people. Other people have other jobs doing things. Like,
Although technically, sorry, I know people are gonna get honest about this. CLC's not technically disbanded; they're still a group, but there's 2 people in the group currently. One of them is
Who even
Yunbin,
is
who's
it?
an actress, and Yujin, who's still under
This is-
contract with them
so,
until after Kepler's not a group
so
anymore.
Eugen still counts as a member. Of,
Yes, but everybody else is gone. So
That's funny because I was like, wait, who's the other one? Because Sungi left, but you're right, it's Eugen.
Yep.
And then we did also learn, which we knew, Kepler will be disbanding in July. Correct.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a shocker to anybody, but that's been.
I mean, that's what it's been the whole time.
It's been the end game since day one.
Apparently,
I
there's
just love all the hype about contract extensions and people being mad about it, and they're like, "I'm gonna end it all if I don't get Kepler an extension out here." And I'm like, "Well, spoiler, it's not gonna
which
happen."
apparently there was actually talks about it, but they just couldn't find an agreement, which is pretty shocking because usually there's not even that. But no, Kepler will be disbanding in July.
Still waiting to see if they file a lawsuit and
Yeah, the Eyes One lawyers. Hey,
Come out
don't
and
hire
they-
them. They didn't do a very good job.
and they like try to get them to stay together, but those girls already got plans through other companies, so it's time.
It's just how K-pop works. It's
My other
time.
favorite though is like people get really mad and they're like, "We do not want an extension. We've already been tortured enough for 2 years. Let my girls be free."
They're like, please free them from Wake One. I don't know. There's no one ever happy about anything ever. Everyone's always going to find some reason to complain about something. So, I mean, it just is what it is. Because I saw that too, where there's like, finally, they won't be like under Wake One anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then you see the complete other side of it. But like, knowing them, you know they're going to disband. And you know it's going to be in July because that's how the whole show works. That's how Kepler
that's literally
works.
like the point of the show.
So yeah, it's been quite the week. Oh, I just gotta say shout out to my new hero, Zoe from Alice's fiance, who's 15 years older than her and a businessman, who she is retiring from the industry to just get married to him.
So that means we're
You
probably
are my
gonna
hero.
Lose Alice
Alice
here.
is probably gone.
Unless for some reason they continue without her, which I don't understand why they would.
Alice is probably gone, but she's literally like quitting being a celebrity to go marry this guy. That guy's my hero. I love you. You're gonna marry Zoe. That's hey, round of applause for you, man. You're awesome.
I'm actually trying to see when the thing
That's
is.
freaking so awesome.
When was the last song that Alice put out?
Dude, Dance On, was that what it's called?
Yeah,
That song
something
was
like that.
sick. I loved it. I love that song. I don't know if that was the last one. That might have been second to last one.
Oh yeah, they put out Showdown, April 19th, 2023.
Yeah, that was okay, but I really like Dance On.
Showdown just kind of reminded me of a not as good version of Dance On.
Right, yeah. Gosh,
know.
so yo, gosh.
But
Man,
you know what
kudos
else?
to that guy. And then also another news, Big Hit or Hybe, whatever. They're eating themselves alive, so whatever.
It is what it is. You guys can learn about that on your own. That's a whole nother thing.
Right, we don't want to talk about it that much, but
But on the other
they all
news,
suck.
we got our tickets to see Secret Number.
Good news for a group that exists as of right now.
Alarmingly, somehow,
We are
despite
gonna-
all the odds,
I hope they exist at least until
the end of August.
yes.
We're going to go see Secret Number, which we said before, in Colorado, which is
Yes.
no longer Denver. It is Boulder.
Boulder,
So if you're
Colorado.
planning to come to our fan meet in Denver, it's now being moved 15 minutes to Boulder, Colorado. Go Buffaloes.
Hanging out with Coach Prime.
So, we got our tickets for that.
Yes,
we got
we
our
did.
VVIP ticket plus for that. Yeah, that's it. It's going to be pretty sick. We'll see you
We're
there.
really
13 and a half
excited.
hours away from us. We're going to drive there.
It's kind of a confusing process just because I swear this
Yeah, it was really weird.
like they literally moved where it was, they moved dates of getting the tickets, and we had to go in and like talk to them about moving our pledges from Chicago to the Colorado location. But we got it all figured out and we got the tickets we wanted, so
Also, another
very
news,
excited for that.
We brought up we were waiting for the Purple Kiss announcement, or we said we had it already. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
remember, but
That was this week.
the dates for the tour finally got announced, and all of them, except for like 8, which I guess half of them, are in Canada.
Yeah.
And the closest one to us in America is Utah, which is like a 15-hour drive from us.
Right.
So we are going to Toronto, Canada.
We're going to Toronto. We're going to the Great White North.
But we got lucky because what do we have to do before that?
Luckily,
I don't know how
dates-
this worked out.
I don't know. Dates are crazy. But on June 26th, we'll be going to Rosemont to see Itzy's tour, the Born to Be tour, I think it's what it's called. And then the literal next day, we will drive through Michigan to Toronto, Canada to see Purple Kiss in Toronto, We got to still get our Purple Kiss tickets. They're not out yet, but that's our plan because
Which is
that's
kinda
the most
nice.
efficient for us.
Which is kind of nice because going to the ITZY show in Chicago actually kind of breaks the trip up kind of nice because
it takes a few hours away.
I think I said Toronto from us is a little over 10 hours, but from Rosemont it's only like 6.5, 7 maybe.
Yeah.
So
Really, yeah, and it just happened to be the day after, so it'll work out. We'll take some days off, and it's gonna be really fun. I'm
it'll
really
be nice
excited.
because not only on the way there, I've never been out of the country, but on the way there, obviously we're going into Canada. But on the way back, we have all of Friday off, and then it's the weekend, so we can just kind of like mosey along and take our time coming back.
It'll be definitely a fun journey. We just got to get our tickets. I think they come out next week. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's something first.
So we just got to get those, and we're good to go. So we have our plan to see Purple
Oh,
Kiss.
downside, we have to pay those Canadian prices.
Yeah, a little higher than normal.
Kind of crazy, but it is what it is.
This
Still
is
cheaper than flying to Utah.
it's crazy that this is like our most efficient way of seeing them. And we literally said before, no matter what, it was like we have to see them. We have to. So there was like no denying
Well,
us.
before I figured out Toronto's closer to us than the other places,
Yeah.
our options were paying a large sum of money to go fly to Utah. And our other option was to drive 13 and a half hours to Montreal.
This was a very interesting like dates. And I do see, I mean, it really sparked a nice back and forth on the internet that day of people
Yeah.
super hyped and super happy. And I guess I see both sides, but at the same time, kudos to all the people in Canada, like getting a tour, or like, I guess the people in the West that didn't get a tour.
My
like,
only thing is, I don't know, the way they promoted it, they did say they're going to come to stops that they'd never been on or they didn't go to on the last tour that they had.
guess they weren't wrong.
And they were not wrong, but at the same time, it's like, you could have said a part of it's going to be in Canada.
Yeah. No, I think they could have been a little bit more.
Or like, oh, we're going to 8 stops in Canada and the other ones are going to be in America.
I mean, there's not.
because
and
all
like-
of them are on the West Coast. Every single one of them on
And
the West
again,
Coast.
we get really blessed with tours, but like there is not one Midwest or East Coast stop.
Even close.
There's not even one.
Like I said, the closest one to us is Utah. I don't know if you guys know where we're at in America, in Illinois. That is not close
Like
to
we
Utah.
are in central Illinois, and that is not close to the. Like driving to Toronto is much shorter than going to Utah. So,
And I'm pretty sure out of our list of places that they're going,
boy, we thought St. Louis. LOL.
I think the only one they're actually maybe going to that they didn't go to last time, I guess, was Seattle.
Okay.
I actually don't even know if they're going to Seattle, but that's on the West Coast. So
Yeah, I think there's like 3 shows in California. There's a good amount of
Let's
shows.
see, are they going to Seattle? So yeah, they're going to Seattle. They're going to Oceanside, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Sacramento, San Jose, Portland, and Seattle. So they were correct.
So
I
they're
guess
going-
we were correct.
It's literally just like big West Coast and then Canada.
All of Canada.
So it's-
Like as many
it's
spots around
very-
Canada as you can get.
It's probably like one of the most interesting tour spots I've seen.
So we were not correct, but we were not wrong. We got one of them right. So
No, oh my gosh, we were like St. Louis,
yeah, I know, right?
Indianapolis,
then,
no chance.
Apparently,
Gosh,
after they leave Canada, they're going to Japan.
yeah, they have a couple shows there. I saw.
Yo, shout out to this place in Osaka called Gorilla Hall Osaka.
That sounds very cool.
Or Kanagawa, where they're going to Supernova Kawasaki.
I swear, if L's Up ruins everything and takes Yuki away, I'm gonna be so angry.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, that's our plan for that. It's again very interesting days, but we found one that works. So
Somehow. And really, if you guys have listened to us before, it's not that crazy that we drive all the way to
No.
Toronto, because that's like the same amount of distance away as like when we drove to Atlanta, Georgia.
yeah, to see Pixie, it really isn't. It's just we just
Just the
gotta
opposite direction,
hop
really.
the border real quick and.
Get to finally use my passport if I can find it.
Same. It was a while ago now. I guess I got it in December, but thank goodness I got it. I didn't think my first time would be going to Canada, but here we are. The only gripe I have about Leo Presents is do not tease tweets of like, ooh, maybe more shows. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of bogus.
that's the only thing I'll say. Love Leo Presents, love the groups they bring, but come on now, you can't be doing that.
Like being playful on your Twitter is cool, but like
don't.
when we actually have people like planning to
Yeah.
buy tickets in a week and like spending large sums of money to
Yeah,
travel
either flying or driving.
to like, because if they didn't say that, we could have like booked flights that day to go to Utah and it would have been $500.
Right,
And they're like, oh, just kidding. Part 2, we're coming to St. Louis. And I'd be like, what the heck, dude? Like,
Yeah, I know. On like a Saturday, it's like, what? So those games are not one to be played. But that's my only gripe. I'm very excited to see Purple Kiss again.
I mean, I get where people are mad because they I mean, it was very vague. They said they're going no place that they've been before. But they also didn't specify that part of it was going to be out of the country.
I do think they should have said Canada. Like, we're going to do a lot of Canada.
Or like, oh, we're going to go places in America we've never been, but we're also going to Canada. Because then people would expect there to be Canadian dates. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but at the same time, like, people don't really have a right to be mad that they're not coming to their area.
right.
Because they came to a lot of places last year. Like, a lot of Northeast places and Midwest places.
Right.
And, I mean, sorry if you're listening to this and at the time you couldn't go to it. But you had a chance to go. Like, it's not like they're just like, this is our only tour and we're going to Canada and like half of California.
I see like both parts of it. Like, you know, I can see some frustration, but then I can see like they literally did just have a tour and they were all over the Midwest area.
Also, I hate to say it, but they're definitely going to make more money hitting those West Coast spots than if they stopped in like Boston or like New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Or Omaha or Indianapolis.
Yeah, try to be the only one to go to Omaha.
But yeah, that happened. We're going to get our tickets to that.
So that, we're hoping to get the best tickets we can for that. And that will be in June. So really, these are all coming right up very soon.
I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say in 2 months we'll be in Chicago.
So that's kind of our awesome weekly update.
Don't really know if it started out on a positive note or a negative note, but that's okay. Because we've got this thing to try that I found. This is not sponsored, but we do have a sponsorship with our friends Cork STL in St. Louis. They're having some dude, don't know his name. I keep wanting to say his name's Baymax, but I don't think that's it.
Pretty cool name.
But he's like doing some like fan sign event or something like that with him, and everyone's super hyped for it, so good for you guys. But yeah, go check him out, corkstl.com. Go order some stuff. Use our code KPK10, get 10% off your entire order.
Buy some Purple Kiss albums.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, go buy Purple Kiss albums. I got them now. But I keep seeing these ads for these sour gummy worms on my Instagram for some reason.
Yeah.
And Justin loves sour gummy worms.
Ate a whole bag already.
They're called rotten. Like, that's literally what they're called. Rotten sour gummy worms. It's supposed to be good for you. Less sugar, healthier for you, I guess. Don't know if that's true because it's usually a lie when they say that.
Yeah.
But, oh wow, this bag's made of composable materials, so I guess it just sinks into the earth. I do not understand how that works. But we're going to try them. See if we like them. They look kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about these. Actually, I don't know. They're kind of...
Are they the freeze-dried ones?
No, they're just normal ones.
Wow. They're a little more stiff than the trolley worms.
They're very...
Smells fruity. Smells... Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They say they're good on Instagram and online, but also the computer and internet lies to you. So we'll see.
All the time.
We're going to try them for you. Ugh. That boy's hard.
Yeah, hard. Oh.
It's got a weird... It's sour.
It's difficult to chew.
Woo!
It doesn't taste bad, though.
Actually, you know...
It tastes pretty good.
Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Ugh.
Woo! Does it now taste pretty good?
No, it's fine. It's sour. But, shout out to Ashley, the passport girl that I'm friends with at my work, because she gave me these today.
Yeah.
I didn't eat them, I promised, so we could try them on the podcast.
Oh.
You like sour stuff. I mean,
I love sour gummy worms. They're like my favorite candy. I actually really enjoy those. I should not have eaten a whole bag of trolley ones before.
They're all yours, dog.
I'll have to save them.
What? She told me these are real sour.
Mmm.
This is a 2-pack Colossal Sour Blue Raspberry Warhead.
Oh, wow. 2-pack.
Hold on, I'm about to wash this down with this cafe latte I got. All right. This is the Super Sour Taste Challenge. They look like Tums.
I do.
We'll see who gives into the sour first. All right, ready?
1, 2, 3.
All right, we'll let that marinate while we're talking here. Yeah.
They're pretty good.
How'd you rate those?
I'll give them 7.5 out of 10.
It's not bad. I feel like I'd rank them a little higher if they didn't almost break my molars when I put
It was extremely hard to chew and like made your jaw like sore.
But I mean, in terms of sour,
Yeah.
they're sour.
They're more sour than the trolley ones, which I really like.
In terms of flavor, they're pretty good.
Yeah. I'd say a solid 7.5 out of 10.
I mean, they're...
I mean, if they're coming in at like a little more price because they're supposed to be healthy, I don't know, but they're good.
All right.
Sour, this candy not really doing anything.
It's really time to bite into it. I think that's the key.
It's kind of just there.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Maybe because the sourness was gum.
Maybe because I ate the whole. Yeah.
He's immune to it.
This is like not sour at all.
What a
I'm literally like rubbing it on my tongue everywhere.
What a disappointment! I'm editing this out of the video.
I mean, it tasted good.
It was good.
It was a tart. It was like tart. It wasn't sour.
Wow, very disappointing. All right, so this week we watched episode 2
Yes, we did.
of Island 2.
Island 2.
Technically,
episode
Island 2 in
NA.
A. Not sure what the NA stands for. They haven't really said.
I don't think so.
In most places in the world, it stands for not available, but clearly it is because we were watching it.
Yeah, that's what throws me off.
But yeah, this episode, they kind of teased last week, and it was like a bunch of crying and people being upset because they were like getting chosen to practice for their like, what's it called? Their
The
little
signal
song, like
song, yeah.
that they have every like the Pick Me song.
Right.
And it was produced by Teddy, and everyone was like super hype about it.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, I mean, there's not honestly a ton to talk about in this.
Yeah, there really not a lot happened in this episode.
They kind of went
Like,
through
actually.
and picked parts for who was supposed to be where. And Jungin was number 1, the GOAT, so she got to basically assign where everybody was going.
Of like the Island team.
And then, yeah, because the Island team did their own, and then the ground did their own.
Yeah, they like each did their thing.
So once that happened, they kind of went and did the little test trial run thingy, like the midway, I guess, performance.
Mm-hmm. In
So
front
the
of some
judges
of
could
the
watch 'em?
judges. In person, actually.
And it was like extremely bad, like it always is.
Yeah, they did not do good. The Island team did not do good.
So the judges told them to switch it up and like
Mm-hmm.
use the members in a way that was better for the song more than their own personal gain.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, they went to stage time and they did amazing.
Yeah, they did pretty well.
There was a couple, I guess, discrepancies on who should be doing what.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, the main one was kind of the fight for the center position.
Yeah.
And originally it was Jungin, but she decided to not do that 'cause she's better as a main vocalist. And so it was like a battle between basically Juwon and Sarang.
Yeah.
And it came to Juwon being the center, and she did good.
Yeah.
She can't tie her shoes, but she did really good.
She did really well. Yeah, they got to make sure in the signal song you get your shoes tied, but she did really well.
And then, ironically, the only other battle there really was, I mean, there were some smaller ones, was like Jiyoon and Mei for
Yeah.
like literally last position.
It was like 11th and 12th spots.
And that's what they're fighting over,
Yep.
which was kind of weird. And it took it 2 different ways because Jiyoon was very butthurt about it and was not a good sport
Man.
and was just a Debbie Downer the whole time.
She was not, and I mean,
Like, I get you're upset, but come on.
I get evil editing happens, but my girl did not seem excited for life at all.
She
with
really
her
didn't.
positions. She was like hardly practicing. She was like not talking to people.
She was like standing against the wall being
Some-
sulky.
Some of her comments were just not. I mean, it was not a good show for her. She didn't look like she wanted to be there.
Which is funny because Mei was also upset, but then she like talked to like Jungin and was like, "Hey, I get I'm last, but I'm gonna make the best of it," you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she ended up doing the second best on the team.
Yeah, she did really good, and all the judges really liked her performance.
Yeah, they really did. They're like
It really was like
their like main comment was even though she had a very little part, she like made the most of it.
right.
So
It really was like an example of like, okay, maybe you're not where you want to be initially, but you gotta do the best with what you got. And like one person did, and one person didn't. And
Which
then
is
the
funny.
person that did thrived, and the other person that didn't did not do well.
which is funny because we see that on shows all the time where it's like
Yeah.
a guy will be really mad about their position, like when Jay got knocked down to like sub vocal 9.
Ugh, tough.
But it's one of those things where if you show out to the camera and like as the judges say, you give them face
Yeah.
or serve them eyes, you'll get noticed because like being a visual and having, you know, good facial expressions, good body language, and like throwing
Right.
yourself into the performance is part of being an idol.
Right.
And she did that. And so did Jimin,
Yeah.
who also was like a main person but got a smaller role. And they said they stood out better than the people who had main roles.
Right. Yeah, Jimin did a really nice job. She's had a very solid show so far. But no, it really was like May did a great job. She earned all the praise she got. Really impressive.
And also during this, we're kind of jumping in between the actual performance and the practice stuff. But also during all the practice stuff, Gyuri and Fuko were both sick.
Yeah.
So they kind of did a practice or they like had bad voices or they like were not doing the best.
Fuko was actually like out for a little while. It looked like
she had to go rest
and
up.
like sleep. So there was some kind of illness going on.
And
However long this time frame was.
And they kind of knew too that they were dragging the team down, or they might, because they like mentioned it, like from being sick and not being able to practice.
Right.
But that was the Island team, the I team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to say, it opened up with them in Island, and they had like a freaking buffet, which we learned about.
Really?
The origins that came from the other day.
Really, what?
The smorgasbord.
It really was, and what we ate tonight.
Yeah, well, for a circle.
Island is like the coolest place ever.
Yeah, they had like a bunch of food.
It's like
it was
so
super
awesome
nice.
there. There's awesome food,
They get, like,
awesome
gifts.
stuff. Like it looks like such a cool place.
It is the place to be.
They definitely make it like, okay, that is where where like I want to be compared to ground, which is like not that bad, but it's definitely not Island. Like
The best is like show them having like a whole breakfast buffet, eating all this food,
yeah.
and it went to ground and they just didn't do anything.
They didn't show them eating in ground, so I'm just guessing they don't have food there.
Yeah, or working
They have like
bathrooms.
water maybe.
But after that, we got the ground girls because they also did their performance, and their leader through the whole thing was basically Yuju,
Yeah.
who we knew was a top person from last week, but she kind of fell short and got sent to the ground. And after that, she kind of took over the role as the leader, tried to get the girls whipped into shape because they're kind of lackluster in a lot of the categories.
It was pretty much her episode today.
It really was. It was like her redemption story, like when Diane was in Girls Planet.
Oh gosh.
And she like purposely got put down in the lower levels by the judge to see if
Yeah.
they should work her way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuju got put down there, and she like was the only one taking it seriously.
She's just very determined to get back because it just kind of showed everyone else in ground like having fun and playing games, and while she would be like, I have to find a way to get back.
She's like,
it was
I've
just like
gotta
that kind of
study.
that like raw determination, and then that naturally made her the leader of the people on ground, and she did a really good job.
She did a really good job leading them.
She did a great job getting everyone more organized and overall putting a really solid performance together.
She really did. So I was happy for her because in the end, she kind of did good in the performance. Definitely stood out. They did their first mid-season performance or mid-term performance thing. Did not get very good reviews.
No,
so,
they did not do great either.
I mean, honestly, a lot of them didn't do super good. So I don't know. It was not good. I mean, there's a reason they're on the ground. Even the judges said that there's a reason that they didn't make it into the top. They're
Right.
like, oh yeah, this is why. Blah blah blah. They're, I guess, ground members. It's kind of funny that it's called ground.
Yeah, I know.
Once again, though, one plus side to this is we got a lot of screen time from Chaeyin.
Mm-hmm.
She is just main video focus all the time of this show. So I still think they're really pushing for her to go into that final lineup because, my gosh, they show her a lot.
They really do. Eventually.
Even when she does bad, they just show her all the time.
Yeah.
They like point out everything about her.
Yeah.
But then they did their final one. I don't think they really were told to change it up any. They were just kind of told, like, do better.
Yeah.
So they did their next performance, and everybody did good. I mean,
It was
honestly,
pretty solid.
Was it as good as the other one? No, but no one was, like, terrible.
They did a very solid job.
So that was good. Like I said, Yuju Shine, she did really good. Everybody loves Choi Soul, so they also pointed her out. My girl Minsul did great. She had some
Minsul was really good.
some front parts there, which are really good.
Yeah, Minsul was really good.
They showed Chaeyin doing her little ballerina thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy because it showed like a flashback of them apparently getting coached again at a different point. And 24 is like, hey, just go for it. Like, do your best. Give it your all. If your voice cracks during your part, your voice cracks during your part.
Mm-hmm.
So, good for her for getting the
Yeah, and
confidence.
she
up.
made her part a little more her own too, adding the whole ballerina thing, which again, we always talk about it. If you can have that one little part, even if it's small, that like is eye catching and gets people to notice you, it's always a good thing.
Oh yeah, always.
So she still has work vocally to do, but you could definitely see the improvement in at least like confidence of trying. So that's
At
good.
least they don't ever like say she's a bad dancer or anything. They just like
No.
always comment.
She's a really good dancer. She just got to get the singing down.
The best of 24 is like, first off, your performance was not great, but you gave it your all.
But I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
Even though it was terrible, it's okay.
Oh, I should say too, that the judges, we were like watching it and they were like, is it time to say that maybe the judges are a little too mean? Because my gosh, they were going in on him there for a little bit.
Yeah, they're brutally honest with him. There's definitely things that I guess we saw. And we're like, oh, that seemed fun. And they're just like, wow, that was a disappointment. I'm like, really? Disappointment? Like, come on now.
Yeah, they're kind of mean. I mean, I guess that's good.
That's just kind of how they gotta be.
So far, they're still meaner in the girls' shows than any boys' show I've ever seen, except for
true.
the one coach to Eugen.
Yeah, the weird guy who was like obsessed with him. That was a little weird because he like fixated on Eugen all the time. I guess it worked because he made ZB1, but yeah, I don't know. These girls, the girls' coaches are just brutal to him.
They really are. But after we got both the performances, the Island team went, and then there was like a weird thing where they all got anonymously individually ranked, and then they got a composite score of all their rankings together, and based off where their score landed on this upside down pyramid, that's how many members were leaving the group to go down to the ground level.
Yeah, like the average of their scores.
And I guess if they did really great based off what we were seeing, I don't know if this is really how it works, let me know, that if they did super good, no one was going to get eliminated.
Right.
And the ground team wasn't even going to get to go because
the higher you,
there's no reason
the higher
for them to.
percent of like the average of the team scores, the less people that would leave. So yeah.
And they missed out on only like 2 people by like 1 point.
Yeah, they did. It was they had a pretty good overall score. I think the Island was 85? Was it like
84 overall.
Yeah, so that was still pretty good but that still meant 3 people had to leave.
And then the number one, I mean the middle ones don't really matter, but the number one overall was Jungin, obviously, because she's always the best. Solid vocals, sounded great, was amazing. It looks like Dosi.
Yeah. Did we say that before?
The other ones that got the worst were the 2 girls that both were sick. So what are you gonna do?
And I mean, well, I think that definitely did hurt them. It's just because they weren't there or not able to give their best. So
yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
It sucks, but that's just how it is.
So then they had to go to the Island hideout and sit on the furry chairs. And basically, the way it worked was each member voted for themselves. And was it 4 other girls or 3 other girls, one of those, who they wanted to stay with them?
Yeah.
So there's like 5 votes. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Right.
Cast, and then they added them all together, and that's how they determined who was going to stay.
Yeah, and the last 3 would move down.
And the only person who was safe was Jungin, because she was number 1 overall, of course.
Which, fun note about that, she got to be the center in the like actual video that they put on YouTube, which we already watched before the show. She got to be the center for that because she was number 1.
That's actually the first time we saw her.
Which is, yeah, I literally thought it was Dosi. Which is funny because she made herself the center for this challenge and then like had to kind of move things around and she wasn't. But it worked out in the end because she was the best and now she gets to be the center for the one everyone gets to see. So
and she like they said, quote unquote, music videos are forever.
Yeah.
So
and she is. Like we didn't even know anything and saw it. But it was just funny how that worked, even though completely deserving. Completely deserving.
What else happened? Oh, they voted. Yeah, they voted for their people. Mm-hmm. And the 3 members that got eliminated or sent down to the ground were Ji-yoon, Fuko, and Gyuri. Like I said, 2 of them were sick. Ji-yoon had a terrible attitude. Turns out that came into play in the end because that's where a lot of people voted her off.
Oh my gosh, she just acted like she just didn't want to be there. I didn't. Like, I've never really seen someone more deserving of moving down.
Oh my gosh, her attitude after she got eliminated and moved down, terrible.
Like, I don't know if she's just, like, kind of trying to, like, they're like, you need to be the villain of this show, but she's doing a good job of it.
Like, sorry that she's your fave, but this isn't even, like, bad editing. Like, she bad
just
attitude.
Is, like, frowning and, like, she's just, like, death staring everybody. And, like, girl, it's kind of your fault. Like, you're the one that couldn't accept your part and do a good job, you know, like. Other people, like May, kind of showed out because she didn't get the part she wanted, but then she did excellent.
Yeah.
Like, and then Fuko and Gyuri just were kind of not available, and that's literally what some of the girls said in the interview. They're just like taking care of yourself as part of the job, and they weren't able to do that. So
that's true.
It did hurt them.
So number 1 was Jungin, number 2 is May, number 3 was Sujong, number 4 was Jimin, number 5 was Sabi, number 6 was Coco. Number 7 was Yui, number 8 was Juwon, and number 9 was Sarang, which she deserved it. She did really good.
Yeah, Sarang did.
I feel kind of bad for her because she tried to get the center part multiple times. I thought she did pretty good, but she didn't. It happens. And then after that, since 3 members left, 3 members got promoted, which were voted on by the panel of judges. And the 3 that got moved up were Yuju, of course. We saw that coming.
Yeah, had to.
Choi Sol got moved up because they were like all over her the entire episode, and everybody loves her.
Right.
And I was kind of not surprised, but also surprised that Minsol got moved up.
I thought she totally deserved it because I honestly was kind of surprised when she went down.
Her and Choi Sol both got moved down
Yeah.
after they had like the final cuts in the first episode. So I mean, shouldn't be too shocking, but
They were already kind of on that line, but then they kind of cemented coming back up. Definitely all deserving to move back up, I'd say, for sure.
I'd say
Not really anybody I'm like, well, how the heck did that happen?
yeah,
Like,
I know.
all of it made pretty much sense.
The best was when they went back to the ground building and the
Yeah.
other 3 girls were there. Jean was just really mad. Fuko's like crying because she was like, she's like, don't even say anything to me, don't look at me.
Yeah.
And Guri was just super happy to go see
just
Chain again.
She's just hugging everyone.
So, I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Next week's episode is going to be kind of crazy based off what they showed us.
That was like pretty much the episode.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
just like all the signal song, and we moved a couple people around.
And then we got something coming on next week.
And
Like I said, there wasn't a ton that happened this week, just a little bit of shuffling up. But I do know, based off the Mnet Plus app, where you can go vote for random stuff for like a billboard or something with your
Yeah.
meatballs, that the top favorite people based off the like percentages of like support that they've got so far are Ling Ling, Jimin, Fuko, Jungin, Yuju, Sujung, Sabi, Sarong, Mei, Coco, Jiyoon, and Yin.
Okay.
Half of which are down in ground. And basically, the next 2 up, missing it by just a couple points, is Yuri and Minsol.
Okay.
But I don't know how much that's going to come into play into anything because,
Yeah, we're still learning about the Mnet Plus app and participating for the show.
according to that, it's just giving like a billboard or something.
Yeah.
So for people to see to support them, I don't know. I don't think it has really any bearings on the actual show itself. Wish it did.
I
I
know.
voted for Minsol a lot,
can't
so I
wait.
wish that would have paid off in some way.
She's definitely deserved it. I'd say, well, she had a great show. It's probably Yuju was the MVP of the day.
Yeah, that was like, this was the Yuju
I
show.
mean, it was just so cemented that she was going to get praise from the judges because she did a really good job.
Honestly, I'd say it was the Yuju/Juwon show because Juwon got a lot of screen time in this.
Yeah, she did.
She can't tie her shoe. Thought that's going to come into play later on, but really they just like brushed it off. Not sure why that's part of the choreography to begin with.
I know
and
it
I'm
is.
not
It is a
professional choreographer.
little. I remember watching the thing with Jungin in there, and I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, "Why is she tying her shoe?"
Is it just for like that camera sweep up or something for dramatic effect? Like what is that? I don't know.
like I don't know. I
There's
guess because they like stick their leg out.
There's
at
like
the
a
one
couple
beat
weird
drop.
parts of the choreography that are kind of strange to me.
Yeah, I agree. I think really what like accelerates the show as a whole is the freaking room that they perform in is so cool.
Oh, it's the coolest thing I've
It's
ever
like
seen.
so amazing with the LED screens, literally top, bottom,
Okay,
back,
first
and
off.
the sides. Like it's so dope.
After the Island group went, the ground group did not get the special treatment because the Island group had like crazy swirling cameras and like confetti.
Yeah, like the chorus. Yeah, I know they had confetti for some reason. Like, why do they have confetti?
Like they're performing on like Music Bank or something.
The ground. I guess that's just the benefit of being Island. They had to hit the one chorus move, and then the camera like swung around, which was sick.
It was like awesome.
and
Great camera work.
it like made sense with the move that they were doing, and then it was just like, oh, ground didn't get that, but.
I don't know.
It was fun. I mean, this show's been really
It
fun.
was a good episode. It really didn't seem like it was almost 2 hours, honestly.
No.
It kind of flew by.
No, especially since they weren't really like. And if you know us from these types of shows, sometimes when we get a lot into the kind of the practice sessions, we're like, oh my gosh, like when will it end? But that was not this. Like it was entertaining throughout, and maybe it was just a universe ticket thing.
Maybe.
But it was good. It was a fun episode. I'm excited for the next one.
Also, I don't know. Next week seems kind of crazy. I guess the only spoiler we'll really give, if you don't want to know anything about it, is one person's being eliminated
Someone's going home
permanently.
like actually. So
one person.
I know
It's gonna be a slow trickle. One person.
we're gonna see what happens with that. I don't really remember even how it was. They kind of explained it. Like if they're
I mean, there was like they had to do some games or do something random, but
It's
more
like
of the story is at the end they said one person.
and like
being
half
eliminated.
of ground is moving up and half of island is moving down or something.
It's like a whole thing. But like I said, I won't spoil it.
we'll
You can watch it if
see.
you don't know
We'll
what it is.
see. That's just what they showed us. So we'll just see what happens next week.
But yeah, that's pretty much this week's episode.
Go get your favorite colors on the Mnet Plus.
Yeah, go
app.
play the Mnet Plus.
Get your
Earn
meatballs
some
up.
meatballs. Go vote for your faves. I guess also we can give our 2 segments for the week because I forgot to do it earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I was so excited about
Life and...
the tour and the disbandments that I forgot to give you my first segment of the week, which was Not What You Came For.
Yeah.
So if you stayed here this long, you can definitely turn out now because there's nothing after this.
Goodbye,
I'd say
Brett.
my recommendation for this week for my group is going to be the band called Thursday. They're like an old emo band I've talked about before.
Yeah.
But I'm going to recommend their song Standing on the Edge of Summer because I was listening to it earlier and just had such a nice vibe to it. And it is legit my most listened to song ever on
Oh, really?
Last FM.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? Who would have thought?
That's a good one.
Yeah, there you go. That's my recommendation. Super simple. Thursday, Standing on the Edge of Summer.
Man, I had one and it was on Release Radar, but where did it go? Maybe it was last week or something. But it was a shout out to you. Gosh, which band just came out with the Light Cross as their album?
Oh, Knock Loose.
It was a Knock Loose song that was freaking so
With
sick.
Poppy?
I don't remember what the song was. I have to look it up. But
The
it
new
was,
one is awesome.
it was Release Radar and it was a Knock Loose song, and it's freaking sick.
I was gonna say
that was gonna be my
Yeah,
my
if
shout out.
it's
was
the
Knock
one
Loose.
from this last... It's called Suffocate.
It probably was.
That's the one that like, just came out like a couple days
It
ago.
was probably.
Oh, so
It
sick.
was so sick. I was like, well, we got to say that's a fog shout out, but it was a Knock Loose song, and man, they're super dope. Which I mean, I like them honestly. Like I because you showed them to me, but they're really sick.
Oh, they're
So heavy and so
This
destruction.
like gets so much better.
But they're like it's like got a nice like flow to it too. Like it's almost like a melodic, super heavy destruction that it's just. I really like them.
I was telling somebody in chat the other day because we have a friend in Australia who's like super into that music too, and I was like, "Did you listen to this?" He's like, "Yeah, I loved it. It was sick." And I was telling him that I never thought I would hear a song or like anything happen that was like heavier sounding than when they made Upon Loose singles a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about it in a past episode, but that's the head like Deep in the Willow and Everything Is Quiet Now. And it's just like a split of those 2 singles, and they were like so heavy, and I was like, "This is
I was like,
so good."
yeah.
And these are so far, these last 3 singles they put out before their album release next month, destruction, knocked out of the park.
It's just like, yeah, it was excellent. It was like perfect. And it's just like so, I don't even know how they do it of just like getting so deep and gritty and like, it's just like a huge sound. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's good stuff. And it was on my Release Radar. And I was like, hey, I know who this is. And it was super sick.
Love it. That's what I'm talking about.
And that's an excellent A+ band name.
Knocked Loose.
Knocked Loose is a sick band name. Shout out that one.
I'd say my idol of the week. I'd normally pick Dosey, but since we got our secret number tickets this week, I'm going to go with my secret number bias, Ginny.
Oh my
From
gosh, I'm so excited.
Secret Airlines, because I'm super excited to see her and get my face-to-face time with her.
Yeah, we get like a fan sign, kind of.
And Fan Chat. I keep misreading it as Fan Chant.
We just
But it's-
scream at them.
I know, it's Fan Chat. Well, apparently, you get to have a little sit-down, like an actual, like, fan meet and greet at, like, one of their events in Korea.
Yeah.
And you get to talk to each one of them for, like, a minute,
And
which is
they're like,
pretty sick.
That's cool. We've never done anything like that. What will I say? No idea. I guess the weather is always an option to talk about.
I'm just going to take my picture of her that I got, or my photo card of her from Doxa, in a silver Sharpie and ask her to sign her photo card for me.
be like, can you sign this?
And it's the best because she speaks English because she's from LA. So she's like not going to be confused at what I'm asking her.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to be so... I'm really pumped for that.
I'm also really excited to see Dita
Yeah.
because she's like extremely beautiful.
Why is
And I can't wait to
the
see
picture
her.
so expensive?
I can't wait to see her in person.
We
Really
should-
excited to see like Minji too. Ask her what it's like to be in Produce 101.
We really...
Or Produce... Was it 101?
well, she's in both.
I was going to say, she might have been in
Produce
them
101
48.
and 48. She's in both.
Oh my gosh, you know what that means? This is going to be the second person we're going to meet that was in both of those.
Yep.
Because we met Sion from
Sion.
Everglow,
Yep.
and now Minji was in both of them too.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy times.
Goodness gracious. Zoo's going to be super fun.
I'm really excited for it. It's going to be a super
I'm going to
fun
ask what it's
show.
like for Leia to have debuted and performed in like 3 different generations.
I know. Was she with Yumi at one point?
She was with
Who's she with?
Tasha.
Oh, that's what it was.
I'm just going to wear an album with a scarf album on my shirt.
I've been a fan since day zero.
And she remembers it.
Do you remember this?
And I don't know what I'm going to say to Sudom.
I have no idea either. Did you guys do anything fun? Let us
Probably just
know.
call her cute. And
What
giggle.
is the? Yeah, and that'll probably be enough. What is the? What do you say at fan signs to them?
Yeah, what do you say?
How do you talk to girls?
I think they said on the thing, if you bring like albums and stuff, you can ask them to sign up.
Oh,
for it if you
really?
want to. Yeah.
Oh shoot! I need to read the fine print because I thought they.
Oh my gosh! Is it
I thought they
time?
give. I'm trying to make like the most I'm trying to get something awesome signed.
Is it time to take my secret number jacket that I got out of the album and have them sign it for me,
Just that'd be sick.
along with the custom beanies we're gonna go give them?
Yeah, we need to give them a present. Hopefully, we're allowed. But we got our tickets for that, and I'm so excited to see them. It's gonna be so fun. And yeah, good old Boulder, Colorado,
Yeah, I know.
wherever the heck that is.
Rocky Mountain High.
It really is. Who is my idol of the week? I don't really know. Let's think of our fallen soldiers. Oh, G1 from
Yeah,
Cherry
there we
Bullet.
go.
Duh.
There it is. She's
One
free
of my. Yeah, I know.
at the ripe age of 23.
Go be a star. I always loved G1. We've talked about it on the show. One of my favorite idols that have like kind of I don't know. I don't want to say bench ones, but like they're like your favorite, but not quite at the top. They're just always like there. She's extremely talented, extremely awesome. I feel like if she's in a different situation, she could be honestly one of the biggest idols in all of K-pop.
I was gonna say, I've always thought if she was in another group, she would definitely have been way more popular.
I just think she had the aura, the talent, the ability, the look, everything to be like one of the best idols in all of K-pop ever. I really do believe that. Still do, but obviously with Triple and FNC, it didn't really happen that way. So still love her, and we'll see what happens. I don't know what she's gonna do, but good luck. Good luck to all the people who are
all I'm saying is,
May, good luck to you.
G1 was one of the only people I've ever seen in any elimination show where it's told by the judges, you were born to be a center.
Yeah.
And then get eliminated that week.
She really but like that's what it is. Like you are born, like you can see it. She is born to be the center.
Like her and like Dia both, if they're in other groups that were like bigger,
yeah,
or under bigger labels, they could have been like superstars.
I wonder that with a lot. I kind of like play that game a lot. I'm just like, oh, what if? But like them for real, like yes.
Wow, it's real depressing. I guess we'll.
It is sad, and it's just like if you're like we've been into this for a while now, like literally going on like 8 years now, I think. Which obviously some people longer, some people a lot shorter. But like the more you go on, there's just more pain.
I mean, it is.
It's just how it kind of works. And we'll have more and more coming up here in the next few years where it's like over with, just because that's how it is.
Like the old ones, because I mean, even the ones I just named aren't like that old at all.
No, like
obviously IZ*ONE and Cherry Bullet were kind of around the same time, like 2019-ish.
Yeah.
WJ-Sin's been around for a while. But I mean, like CLC. I guess CLC's been around for a while.
Yeah, they have been.
Goo Goo Dolls been around for a while. DIA was around for a while.
You've had some tough ones though.
I don't know. I'm hardened veteran right now. I don't feel pain anymore.
It's like you've had some tough ones.
I don't feel pain anymore until I lose Dosey, and then I'm just gonna cry like a little girl.
Oh, we can't have that.
Oh gosh.
I mean, they have a tour. They have Canada to go.
Yeah,
to.
I know. I'd say, hey, that's looking pretty good. But Pixie also toured Europe, toured America, toured Europe, and has now been MIA for how long now? Like, I don't even know if they're ever coming back.
It's freaking dumb.
We still have Triple S, so that's cool.
Oh, yeah, they're coming. Yeah, honestly, that is like the hope right there. That like Triple S is awesome because they're literally just now Triple S fully. So what if there's just like, and Modhouse has no money and they have to just get rid of everything? Oh gosh, but they have lots.
Zeg
of money.
buys enough of the objects to fund them forever.
Zeg funds the whole company. No, we love Triple S so much. I'm hoping they can maybe get the nod for KCON.
That'd be sick. Because now that we know that we're going to KCON, load it up.
Welcome to LA us.
Load it up.
No Toronto on that day.
I knew it was kind of in the air for a little bit, but we will be there.
We will be in the air, flying to LA.
Then we will be coming back 6 days later, and then 6 days after that, we will be driving to Colorado.
And completing the gauntlet of K-pop shows until the next week when if we have any money left, we can go watch ATEEZ.
Dude, yes. Oh my gosh, that'd be so. I really want to see that. It looks so
in Chicago, Rosemont on a Saturday.
Dude,
we gotta go see ATEEZ.
We gotta go see ATEEZ.
Just get some freaking cheap tickets.
Mom, Dad, if you're listening to this, this is my birthday.
I would love to go see an AT's concert.
Oh my gosh, in Rosemont. I don't care if it's the nosebleeds, dude.
No, yeah.
It'd be sick.
Warren, gotta go, buddy.
Warren, come on. I know you might be listening
What is
to this.
there? Oh, Allstate Arena, right?
Yeah.
That place is freaking awesome.
I will say I did see Blackpink. I've talked about it before, and I was the farthest possible seat you could be in the venue. Still was awesome.
That place is not. It's big, but it's not massive.
No, it's not.
Any seat, like when I saw IVE, I was like, this is really
Front
cool
row.
and it's loud, but like it doesn't. I don't know. It's just not as like big as it kind of seems on the outside. So AT's there. Count me in.
It's gonna be sick. I mean, I'd be totally down to see ATs
It's
on
a Saturday. We got nothing to lose there. So we'll probably try and go see ATs too, because gosh, ATs is arguably my favorite boys right now.
And we did say that one of the groups that we'd always want to see live, like at their own tour,
Oh yeah.
is ATs. Because I just want to see the real in person.
Oh yeah. So get ready for that too. Concert season is here.
It is in full swing. That's going to do it. We'll come back episode 3 next week. Go give your meatballs to your favorite contestants.
Absolutely.
Get them a billboard or whatever it is.
Yep. Or whatever the new challenge is.
We will talk to you next week.
Love you guys. Bye.
Peace.
That's what I write.